Yeah. Que lo que mi gente, yo, Brooklyn, Staten and the Bronx, Manhattan, Queens, what you want? We want the Knicks. We want the Knicks, always the Knicks, whether summer, spring, fall, don't matter, any time of the day. We want the Knickerbockers. I'm
Yes, sir.
one third of the host here, Ruel. We appreciate y'all for joining us on this live. Another wonderful day. We appreciate you guys joining. Back again is my blood in, blood out brothers here, my primo. One who hasn't been here in a minute, so we're gonna talk Machete. Machete, talk to him. We'll give you the first right here.
Welcome, God bless. Yes, primero. Welcome back. Let's talk some Knicks. We got a game tomorrow. Let's see what's up.
New Knicks, talk to him.
Yo, what's popping, everybody? Welcome. Salute to the chat. Salute to my brother, my cousin. Yeah, I mean, salute to the Organics Fanatics fam. Welcome home. Welcome home.
Appreciate y'all. And I think we might have some technical difficulties. Y'all might be in the other stream. Hopefully, y'all joined us back here. But we're just gonna make it another wonderful show today. We're talking about a couple of things actually. So before we get to the topic at hand, we'll talk a little bit about the Paul George trade that was not or that did not happen. The Paul George trade. So Paul George, we were supposed they wanted us to get Paul George. They wanted R.J. Barrett. They wanted Grimes, and I believe it was 3 first-round picks plus Paul George wanted a 5-year max extension. What do you guys thoughts on that? And we obviously declined. But what are your thoughts on that?
It was close.
We dodged that.
Well, that's over with. I mean, Paul George is a great. He's around his buddy. He's a legend, but he's got 4 legs on him. He's got a record for being fragile. You can put up numbers. He's an all-star and all that, but I don't know. That's too much. That's way too much to give up, and including an extension for us. So I'm glad we dodged that bullet. We're over that.
So you think we lucked out on that?
Well, I mean, I knew I had a good gut feeling that it wasn't going to happen. He doesn't fit the timeline. He's kind of on the decline. Even though Randall was on the podcast, that had no validity to Paul George coming. And on top of that, what they were asking, what he wanted, it was, I mean, let the basketball guys do what they do.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I mean, Paul George, you got to give his props. Offensively, he's very skilled. Probably one of the best catch and shoots. One of the best running up to the 3-point and shooting. He just turned 33 years old. Still had 2 years left on the contract. I think we were willing to do it if we have him just for those 2 years, which fits the timeline of what we're doing. But when he said he wanted a max extension, 5 years, that means we would have had him till he was 38, paying about 50. And max, you're talking about for him, you're talking about like 250. For someone, we would have had him till he was 38. Another Amari Stoudemire type of move. So I definitely think that was. I think they were willing to do it for the 2-year thing because that way, yes, they get. We would get rid of R.J. Barrett and Grimes, which is not a good thing. You have someone who would definitely contribute, but then in 2 years that frees up $50 million. So if Giannis and Embiid, which I think still is the end goal for Leon, for someone who they're going to target, that would have freed up to 2 years. But to give a max to that guy was no bueno.
And we're actually just waiting. We're waiting for next summer to make a move. Right now, we're just making a reserve move. We're close enough. We were close enough in the playoffs. We were almost put in the ECF. Like I said, it was all due to injuries. Randall, JB, IQ was even hurt. And well, now the shakeup, and we're going to talk about it next, is that we got rid of IQ and we got DiVincenzo. So we're
We
gonna
didn't
see. We're
get
gonna
rid.
see.
We didn't get rid of IQ.
I'm sorry. I meant to say Obi.
Yeah.
IQ might be next though.
So you
No.
think
You know,
McHugh's next?
we might be
Uh,
saving him for a package. You know, if we can't pay him, I think that we hold on to him. We got the whole year to wait. He's still ours for the next year to the next season, and we'll see how he performs. And we'll give him the back at the end of the season. But we're still paying him for this year. We'll see what happens. But we might be saving him for, you know, for a bigger package. Maybe, not now, but I think maybe for next summer. I don't think we're making any moves. I think we got what we got. It's the start of summer league almost right now tomorrow, and I think we're after that it's training. So it's boot camp. I think we got what we got. Everybody settle down, enjoy your vacation, bring it back with a little change. You know, a little different change, a little different look. We're gonna be all right. I think we're gonna be a little bit better.
All right, you're breaking up a little bit, so I don't know if the connection on your headphones, but you're breaking up. I got some of your feedback there. So well, I mean, that's going right into what we're talking about. So you think IQ would be part of a bigger package? So tell me, do you think it's, which is kind of like what I was thinking on there. So do you think that the Knicks, well, let me go there to IQ. So for IQ, I think the Knicks made an offer. I think they offered him about 80. This is me. There's no leaks. There's no. I heard it from Chris from Wendy or none of that. I just think that the Knicks had already had a number for him. I think they made him the offer up to close up to 80. And I think that when you're talking about the 100 mil that he wants 100 mil, I think that was them kind of like rebutting or his agent putting that out there saying that he wanted 100 mil. And if he wants 100 mil, I think the Knicks are probably going to try to find somebody for him, as you're saying, Machete, that we find him or package him with another team, probably a sign and trade. But Phil, do you think IQ stays? Do you think we keep him? Do you think we give him that 100 mil? Do you think he
um,
thing?
I mean, we all know either it was either Obi or IQ that had to go this year, and the move was Obi because IQ is getting significant minutes. He's getting about 28 plus minutes to 30 minutes. So IQ is not in the bothered level to want to move. If he put his cards on the table, and whether the Knicks put their cards on the table, we still got him for a whole nother year, and I think they'll do the right thing and pay him his 100 mil if because IQ is definitely going to be worth it, regardless if we move away from him in the future or not. You know, but IQ is definitely. I think he's worth his 100. Pay the man the bag. Let him get let it get him in his drip, and you know what I mean. When you look good, you feel good. When you feel good, you play good.
Okay. So,
Hey,
you thinking because we get, let me go. Let me say
so I was gonna to Phil. Am I coming in
Hey,
okay? My Bluetooth?
a little bit shaky.
All right, go ahead, Phil. Go ahead, Dwight. Let me take the Bluetooth.
Yeah, I mean, I really don't think IQ is going nowhere this year. And by the time it's his turn up, I think he'll be more than ready and have enough expertise, knowledge on his craft to elevate to the next level.
okay. So if we pay him the 100 mil, so let's say that's the scenario, whether it's 80, 100, whatever it is. So you think he stays with us? Is that right?
Yeah, I could see IQ in the future of the Knicks.
Okay. So let's
Definitely.
so so now let's talk starting guards. So let's say we all the guards we have, we're keeping them, which that's a lot of guards. I think at some point we're gonna move. Who starts? That's the question for today. So we had Grimes, who's 6'5". He's been our best defensive player, which is the key reason he was starting for us. Big reason why Tibbs pushed for him or put him at the starting lineup as a second year player. So he started. It wasn't about money. He was our best defensive two guard. Then came Josh Hart towards the ending of the year, even though Grimes got hurt. So now you got Grimes, DiVincenzo, and IQ. Each one of these players are used to playing about 30 minutes a game. Jalen Brunson obviously is going to get a bulk of the minutes anyway, 30 plus. Who starts at the two? Do you think Grimes still starts at the two? Do you think DiVincenzo that we got because DiVincenzo knows how Brunson plays? They had that chemistry. He's a good defender and shooter as well. Do you think he comes in and takes it over, or do they fight for it in training camp? What do you guys think?
Nah, I think Grimes. I mean, the starting lineup that I see is Brunson, Grimes, Mitch, Randall, and RJ.
Okay, so you think the same lineup stays the same because that worked for us last year?
I'm pretty sure if I mean, there's a lot of, I don't know if it's coming up, later on, but there's been a lot of talks if we make a move for certain players in Canada. Yeah, I mean, that just became CAA. So if we do make those moves, then things could switch up.
Now, what are your thoughts, Miguel Machete?
Who's he talking about? Anunoby?
Well, no. What's your starting lineup?
Before we get to him, who do you think starts at the two?
Starting lineups are the guys who were in the playoffs. They're going to be your obvious one: Randall, Jalen Brunson, RJ, and Mitch Rob.
So who starts at the two?
At the two, you got.
Is it Grimes?
IQ.
DiVincenzo? Is it IQ?
You got IQ. Well, last year, then he had JB, Hart, RJ.
No, not
Randall,
starting.
And Mitch. That was the starting. At the end,
Grimes.
He had Hart in there. Because Grimes is hurt.
Right.
Then you got, I don't think you would want to start DV. You don't want to start him right away, put him in the starter, and you forget about IQ in there. Because he probably take IQ's minutes. Our IQ already said he wanted to start. He was a six-man candidate, so you want to play him. You don't want him to lose his confidence during the regular season.
Bro, IQ cannot start. IQ is not starting because, first of all, he came from an injury. Second of all, he was in a slump when he was playing in the playoffs. So he's definitely not starting. IQ is still coming off the bench along with DiVincenzo. Grimes is definitely starting. You're not Grimes is an elite defender. There's no way Tibbs is subtracting that from the lineup. Having Jalen Brunson, that is not that much of an elite defender. You need somebody up there guarding the best guards on the opposite team. And who else better to do it than Grimes at this moment? Younger, stronger, faster.
When you got Grimes at the two, you got him at the three.
At two.
Who's your three?
What do you mean? RJ. RJ. That's the lineup that we had last year. It was Brunson, Grimes before he got injured. It was RJ, Mitch, and Randall.
So
nothing's gonna change from that. Nothing's changing from that.
You think the original lineup we had last year, for the most part, Jalen Brunson, Grimes, RJ, Randall, and Mitch is still going to be the same for this year?
Yes, if we don't move away from the rumbles in the podcast next podcast world, everybody's mentioning RJ as of late for the switch for OG.
But and we'll get to him in a second here. So
yeah,
Machete, who do you got starting at the two? Do you got Grimes? Do you got IQ? Or do you got DiVincenzo?
No, I agree with Phil. I do got Grimes. I got Grimes, then I got Hart, and then maybe DiVincenzo third.
Okay. DiVincenzo and IQ off the bench. That's basically a second squad, a second starter team right there again.
I still always see IQ still as the backup one in case something
Yeah,
happens to Brunson.
listen,
So
whenever Brunson,
you know,
sorry.
go ahead.
No, I said whenever Brunson's sitting down, IQ is definitely stepping in. That's not a doubt. It's not going to be nobody else stepping in for Brunson except IQ. Tibbs
So then you
trust
have
IQ.
Grimes starting at the 2 and DiVincenzo backing him up at the 2.
Hell yeah,
And Hart
DiVincenzo.
3 and Hart at the 3, backing up
Because-
Randall at the 4 with RJ backing up Randall at the 4. And Randall playing the 3. We got a lot. The point is that we got a lot of guys backing each other up. I think we got a little bit deeper. I think we have a very good bench and backup group.
Well, we're guard heavy right now.
Yeah.
So for the most part, I think we're going to be small. I do think we start off, unless in training camp, which Tibbs always says they start over in training camp. Whatever was last year's last year. Whatever is this year, they start at 0. He says it every year. So whoever earns it, earns it. If Grimes is ready, I know he's been chilling. He's been whatever. But this dude got the bag. I don't think DiVincenzo, if he has a shot, I think he's going for it. I do like how that would look with chemistry, as we're talking about. DiVincenzo and Jalen Brunson, they know each other. They know how to play off each other. He knows what Jalen Brunson likes. He knows Jalen Brunson's moves. He knows when to slash, when to cut. So I think that's going to have an advantage to an extent.
Yeah.
I think Grimes, he's gonna have to earn it. He got to take it. He had it last year because he was physically the best person. DiVincenzo's 6'4", if I'm not mistaken, 6'4", 6'3".
How tall is Grimes?
I think Grimes is 6'4", 6'5". I think he's 6'5". I think Grimes is 6'5", if I'm not mistaken. He's pretty tall. So he's either.
Right.
I think they're both close to the same height, about 6'4", 6'5". I know DiVincenzo's 6'3".
Yeah.
6'4".
They're almost all the same height.
So
yeah, but
go ahead.
no, but DiVincenzo's a little more athletic wise as of going to the rim.
And
You know, he's a good attacker.
And he has more experience in the NBA, more experience in the playoffs.
He's a champion.
He's a champion. He played with 2 championship teams, Milwaukee. He played against Steph. He guarded Steph. He guarded Clay. Then he went to Golden State and played with them and learned some things. So he has some things that is an advantage. So now Grimes has to come out and take it. Just like we were saying last year, right? Like we were talking about Obi. If this is yours, Obi, and I don't, if I remember right, Randall was out for a couple of games early or something like that, and we said, oh no, not Randall, my bad, Cam. Remember when Cam, we were like, yo, Cam has to take it. This is your time. You got the minutes. You got unlimited minutes in the beginning. If you want this spot, you got to take it. He was sporadic. He was in and out. He played one good game, one bad game. So let me send him the invite. So that's what I think is what we're looking at now. So as far as it's gonna be tough. I think they fight for it. I think DiVincenzo has a sneaky chance of starting. But again, Tibbs is he's a stickler when he has his favorites.
My bad, guys. Sorry.
Well. One thing about Tibbs, he's gonna rely more on Grimes because Grimes has that one-on-one relationship with Tibbs when it comes to running his system.
Hey, hold that thought. Everybody in the chat, we appreciate you guys joining us. We had some technical difficulties, but salute
to the chat. Salute to the chat.
17. We appreciate y'all. They play the same position and the same role. That's from Coach. I think DiVincenzo is here for IQ spot, is what Coach says. So Coach says he thinks DiVincenzo is out for IQ spot. Pretty interesting.
I'm trying to tell you.
Okay. So tell me who you guys in the chat, who you think starts at the 2.
Let me ask you something.
Right.
Who do you think experience-wise, who would you choose? DiVincenzo or IQ right now? Who would you trust?
So here we go. So let me say what I think's gonna happen, and then why I say it. So I think they're not going after each other's spot. I think they're good. I could think DiVincenzo is fighting for the two. I think it's him and Grimes at the two position. I think IQ is automatically the point guard behind Brunson. IQ
Facts.
is when Brunson's out, it's automatically IQ. It's not DiVincenzo. It's not Grimes. They're not going to touch the ball. It
It's
goes
not hard.
IQ is solidified the point guard. He's not going to go to two because before we had someone who couldn't shoot, so we slid IQ over. His role is going to be right behind Jalen Brunson as the one guard. I don't think he slides to the two at all. I think he's going to be 100% the point guard. So he'd be solidified right behind Brunson. I think it's Grimes and DiVincenzo fighting for who starts. I think they're both the two. I don't think it's between anybody there. I think it's either whoever wins it out at camp. I think Grimes physically has a higher ceiling. He's a taller player. He's a very, very good defender. So is DiVincenzo, but I don't think DiVincenzo can guard elite twos. So I think that's where Grimes has the advantage on elite two defense. DiVincenzo is very good and he has very good experience. He would play phenomenal next to Jalen Brunson, but I think the physical gifts would be Grimes. That's what, and then I think Josh Hart and RJ are going to be playing the three game.
Yeah, well, we all got to remember that DiVincenzo wasn't starting in none of those teams. To my knowledge,
he was a starter for Milwaukee before he got injured. He was balling. He was playing in the bubble. When they were playing in the bubble, he was their starting two guard. So he was the starting two guard for Milwaukee. Then he got the knee injury, and then ever since then he was ramping himself up, and then they waived him. But he was a starting two when Milwaukee was playing in the bubble.
So what kind of knee injury? If we could dive into.
I got to double check in chat. We got our researchers here in the chat, so we got Keith Watkins, and Tim's gonna always go with the best defender. Grimes is way better, so that's what Keith Watkins says.
Salute to Coach. Salute to Keith. Salute to the chat.
We appreciate
smack that like button.
We appreciate like and subscribe, share.
Like and subscribe.
Coach thinks DiVincenzo's coming for IQ. Keith Watkins says that Tibbs is gonna always go with a defender, and I agree. And so Keith Watkins, do you think he's way better than DiVincenzo? I think physically is, but DiVincenzo's he's average, I want to say almost nearly 2 steals a game. So he is a good defender, a pesky defender. I don't know if he can guard two, so I agree with you, Keith. I think Grimes would be the two.
Listen, what the front office is doing is filling the staff with hungry hoopers. When you have two groups of hungry hoopers, you're sharpening steel on steel because it's a competitive atmosphere. And when you have that, you're gonna learn from each other. You know, the bond should get better. And I mean, I can see, like I said on the last pod, I can see a 55-57 win. Yeah, I mean, it's not like we got that much better. I think we're even, you know, more or less the same as last year.
Okay. So if I from what I'm thinking, and I agree with Keith, I think the starting lineup is going to be Jalen Brunson. I think it's Grimes. I think it's RJ Barrett. I think it's Randall and Mitch. Obviously, if some other trade happens, that's a different story. But as we stand now, I think we keep the original starters that we had last year. They got the chemistry. They got the vibes. They went on the winning streaks, the 8-game winning streak, the 10-game winning streak. Tibbs knows what he can expect out of them right now. I think it's going to be a wait and see with DiVincenzo. I think the second team, which is still going to be a very good team. You're talking about IQ at the 1, DiVincenzo at the 2, Josh Hart at the 3. More than likely, Hartenstein's going to back up Randall. And then you got Sims. I think Sims.
Sims back. Hopefully, we'll have Sims back.
Yeah, so he's going to be back. He had his injury, but I think it's him, maybe Roby, but it's more than likely either Sims or Hartenstein. They're going to switch at the 4 and 5, and that's going to be our 10-man rotation.
Yep.
No, you guys.
I don't know if it's going to be a 10. He might stick with the 9, man.
I know
it's going to be a 10.
He has enough talent to go to.
All right, aren't you guys skipping something that happened earlier today? Didn't we just sign Jacob Toppin?
Yeah, but I don't think
Today.
Jacob Toppin. I think they only signed him to a 10-day thing, and I don't even think he's
Mhm,
even going to play in the summer league. We're not going to see
mhm.
him. I think what they're going to pay him some
I don't-
$75,000 and send him on his way, let him be a free agent. I don't think he's going to play. I don't see him getting any minutes.
All right,
Is
so
that
keep
what they?
look that up while you're looking at it. I'll read the chat while you guys look that up
I
real quick.
think they might want to just give him. I think they were just trying to comply, and that whole Obi thing was just giving Obi what he wanted. He wanted
I
out.
think they give
He
him a
didn't.
2 contract. I think he's gonna be G League, bounce around. He's got enough talent where
He
they.
might go to but he ain't gonna play for the Knicks.
Yeah, he's not gonna
We're
play right
gonna
now. He's gonna be a G leaguer.
if he's even in our if I'll be surprised if he's in training camp with us.
He's more than likely gonna be in G League. I'm more than sure him and the
Is he
other.
even playing in the summer league for us?
I believe he is. I thought he was.
He should be playing in the summer league for us.
He should be.
Yeah, so that we can see what he's like.
I
You
would, I
know,
would like to
most
see
of
him.
us haven't seen what he can do. And if he's gonna play for us, then if he's playing in the summer league, then he's definitely we'll probably more than likely seeing him in training camp. But I think they just give him a 10-day deal, pay him his money. You know, coming out of college, he's gonna get paid a little bit, decent money, and then just send him on his way. Let him either play for the G League somewhere or with us, or but I don't see him on our bench. I think it was just to give Obi part of just to make Obi happy and send him on his way. Because I still don't understand why we got two second round picks for Obi Toppin. With all this going on over there and the free agents they had over there that we could have probably picked up. We could have picked up Buddy Hield.
I
But,
mean,
but I
Mike,
don't know
Mike.
anyway.
He wasn't on
I'm
the last
sidetracking,
slide.
but my point is that I think the whole Jacob Toppin thing was just something part of the deal for with Obi, and just some package. We give him a 10-day deal, and I don't think we're going to see him on the bench, Jacob.
I think it's a stash type player. I mean, if he has remotely half of what Obi can
He's
do,
known for defense. He's known for his defense, and he's athletic. I
from
would
what I've
like
seen,
to
I think
see
he's
him,
got that.
but I don't know. We'll see. Is he even playing in the summer league for us?
I think he'll
But
be in
they
the
have,
summer. I think they give him a two-way contract, which we'll find out here.
yeah. That
Who's injured? Who said is it? Coach said
report on June
injured and not
23rd.
playing. Coach said
What?
Toppin will be in Westchester. Coach, you're saying someone's injured and not playing. Is that Jacob Toppin? Is that what you're talking about? I think he's talking about Jacob. So that's probably why we haven't seen him on the summer league roster. Because if what coach is saying is correct, he could be injured some kind of way, and he's definitely going to be at Westchester. So he's going to be G League developing. The two players we got in the draft, Jacob Toppin and Jalen, they're going to be in the Westchester for the whole year. It's going to be them and maybe even Deuce again. Deuce is going to be our reserve player. I doubt Deuce gets any minutes this year. He's probably going to be back down in Westchester too. And I think the one who's going to be maybe getting any minutes or to no minutes is going to be Evan until we get rid of him. So at some point, Evan's going to be a backup 3. If we still keep him. Hopefully we don't, but if we do, he's going to be the odd man out. And if we got time, we'll throw him in there until we get rid of him. And the Obi Toppin thing was just, it was to do him a solid.
Yeah, Mike.
We could have got more. We could have got way more, better player, better talent, better picks. But it's the Knicks trying to show that they're going to do right by their players.
Right. That's what I'm saying. That's why we gave him away to Indiana to comply with what he wanted.
Yeah.
I could, I think that he played in Cleveland, right? Out there. Is that where his school was?
Yeah,
I don't think we were going to send him off to Cleveland. I'm sure he probably asked to go to Cleveland, and we were like, no fucking way are we going to send you away to a team we just knocked out in the playoffs.
Yeah.
But we'll send you to Indiana, which is close enough, and you'll get to play. I don't know if you'll get to play if you'll see any minutes because he's not a defensive guy, Obi Toppin, and Coach Carlisle is tough. Obi Toppin, they drafted a 19-year-old power forward also out there. He's young, he's 19, he's a lot younger than Obi Toppin, but he's a lot more defensive minded. So they're gonna probably, I don't know if they're gonna be battling for that spot. We don't know if Obi Toppin will see starter minutes, because he's not a defensive guy. I mean, he's a great offensive guy, I would love to see him and Halliburton, running down the court real fast. Hopefully that's what'll happen in Indiana. They got a nice crew out there. I would love, they're going to be a fun crew to watch. Indiana right now with Obi Toppin and
Gonna
everybody.
love to
Well,
watch.
we don't know yet. We don't know yet what's going to happen if he's even going to start like he wants. Because he's not a defensive guy, and your
Yeah, but
coach,
who do they have?
Coach
Who do they
Paul
have?
out. He's a defensive coach. You know what I'm saying? And we'll see what happens with Obi. But I think that like you said, it was a favor to Obi to send him away somewhere where he might get minutes. And I think that also the Jacob Toppin part was also part of the package of that deal to I think Obi was like, send me away somewhere and get my brother in the league. Because who was probably gonna fucking pick this kid up? You know what I'm saying? Okay, so he played for Kentucky, but did Kentucky do anything in the last couple of years while he was playing? I don't think so. It was
Yeah,
first time that Kentucky regressed, if anything. But we'll see what happens. He's a defensive guy, and we'll see if he even plays in the summer league. So what are you saying, that he's hurt and he's not playing in the summer league?
he's probably not in shape, type of thing, and he's. But
Come
he's
on, and what's that telling you right there?
I mean, he just came out of college, my guy.
Come on, man. What
But he's-
motherfucker Obi Toppin was Obi Toppin like that when he got out of college? He didn't play in the summer
Obi
league.
Toppin was getting
Niggas-
crazy minutes, and he's not someone who's going to be in the rotation anyway.
Who? Jacob Toppin?
Yeah, he's not
Okay,
going.
so
We're probably not going to see him for at least.
again, you proved my point.
But
It
that's
was a
what you
favor.
do.
It was just a favor. It was just a favor.
Okay,
It was
let's.
just a fucking
So if
favor.
we have a number one, let's say we had a top 8 pick, do you think that top 8 pick was going to get any minutes with Thibodeau anyway, or he would have been on the bench anyway? Whether it's an 8 pick, a 30th pick, a 50th pick to someone that
Hey, do you know when we're getting those picks? Those 2 picks, you know when they are? For what years?
It's a future picks.
They're two. I'll tell you right now.
Yeah,
The
they're probably like
2029 that says the Knicks will acquire a 2028 and 2029 second round picks in exchange for Obi Toppin. So the 2028 and 2029, that's when we're gonna see those picks.
Okay.
Oh, that I don't know what that I don't know what that's I don't know what's that saying about Obi Toppin, man. That's another thing right there, dude.
It's not doesn't say anything about him. It says that they moved him to where he wanted to go, where he's going to get a chance
That's
to play.
it. Okay.
He's gonna
And
get.
all we got was 2 second round, and all we got was 2 second round picks, 1928 and 1929. That's fucking 5 years from now.
Not 1928, 2028.
Whatever, you know what I mean? 2028 and 2029. That's still 5 years from now, bro.
But so you don't think that they've already scouted that year? They've already looked at what's going to come out, and that doesn't mean it's going to be a 50 pick.
What?
But
Those kids
a
are
second round
like,
pick could be in the 30s.
what?
Could be late 20s, early. Could be late to mid 20s. It could be a
They're
23rd.
scouting kids that are in junior high right now. Then
Yes.
Okay.
Look who we got. We got the Utah people who've been scouting forever. That just gives us more assets and more flexibility.
okay, gives us plenty of time to see what we're gonna do with those 2 picks. At least we got 1 pick in 2028, and we got another second round pick in 2029. See how they convey.
So,
But the Pacers better be winning though in those 2 years, right? They better be winning those years for us to convey those picks.
No, they're going to convey anyway. They're second rounders. It's not like we're getting a protected first.
We're not gonna get shafted like Dallas shafted us.
That's different. That's a first round pick though. That's top 10 protected,
Oh,
which
you're
we
right,
have that this
You're
year.
right. It was a first round pick. Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Top 10 pick.
And we
Top
still
10.
have it this year.
Well-
And is Dallas? They just re-signed Kyrie for what is it, 3 to 5 years, whatever
Yeah.
they gave him, 5 years, 125.
Yeah.
So
So
they're
we
not
need
gonna-
him.
they're not
We need
gonna
him to
tank.
make the play in. We need him to make the play in.
So they're not going to tank this year. And the player that they did get in the 10th, they traded him off anyway. So they're going to be better than whatever they're getting. So that means we're going to get an 11th pick this year.
But Phil is right. Phil's right. We got a squad now that is gonna, iron sharpens iron. They're gonna be competitive out there. It's gonna be a little bit more competitive now in training camp. You got, I think, in DiVincenzo, a good, smart player. He may not be the tallest guy, but he's pretty athletic. I think they call his nickname is the Blur.
Who's that?
DiVincenzo, they call him the Blur.
I know they call him the Big Ragu. He's good. Yo, right.
He's decent, man. He ain't a bad player. The guy can steal balls, Pause. You know, he can block balls. Pause. You know, he's the big ragu. He can shoot them balls too. You know, he's good.
That's why I think he has a
Pause.
chance. He has a chance to steal the starting two.
Well,
It's a possibility.
well, y'all know as soon as a player puts on that blue and orange, you know they level up. That's a definitely level up.
You got that weighted jersey. You got that weighted jersey. Now, DiVincenzo, like, I don't know. I think if Tibbs sees in practice, if Tibbs sees DiVincenzo, because you know he's going to mix around lineups in practice, you know, especially the beginning of the season, who works with who. And when he sees Big Ragu with JB and they got that vibe, they can read each other, a little telepathic playing. I think it's a possibility he can sneak away, even though I think Grimes is definitely the better player.
Look at Mike's background. Got the
Jordan
Brooklyn.
Yeah. Whatever with Brooklyn. So I think that's a starting lineup. I think they were saying that. Let me see what Keith. I think Keith and Coach were saying something here. Let me read what they had here. Like he said, DiVincenzo right now is more dependable than Grimes on offense. Y'all remember Game 6? Oof, you had to bring that up, huh, Keith? If that's DiVincenzo at the top of the key instead of Josh Hart, Brunson makes that pass. So Keith is saying Brunson did not trust Josh for that shot because he was ice cold in that game and he forced a move and got caught in the lane. So that's what he's saying, that DiVincenzo is more dependable as a three, that's what we're talking about. He's a better catch and shoot player. He's ready. And instead of Josh Hart playing all those minutes, Thibodeau would trust DiVincenzo for that shot. And I think that even if we go small, that helps us out because if you get Jalen Brunson, DiVincenzo, Grimes, when maybe RJ doesn't have it going on, that's two shooters at the three. So you're going to see that in the lineup at some point in time. And if we go super small, with maybe Randall at the five, and you throw
Three guard.
then you throw IQ there. Ain't nothing but
Bro,
three shooters.
That I mean, with all the guards we have, I can see Tibbs running a three guard offense scramble in there.
Mm-hmm.
Three shooters. You got Mitch down low.
Yeah, good. My bad.
You got Mitch and Randall down low, and with three shooters, we might be wiping the boards.
No, think about it. He sits Jalen. Think about it. He sits Jalen Brunson, then he brings in IQ, DiVincenzo, and he says Brunson and RJ. Then you got IQ, DiVincenzo, and Grimes. Somebody, you got to guard somebody.
Yeah.
And all that is a whole point of what we were saying before, that Randall is going to be a better player this year because they always double Randall. Now they can't cheat. They can't cheat on Randall anymore.
Well, hopefully Randall does his homework that he said on Podcast P show and get into the mental aspect and see that he has been a slow down pace type of player to it's good for the playoffs, but we still need some fast. It's better to get some fast points while the defense isn't set. You know, we need as many fast points as we can get.
Yeah, but and again too, if you're the guard, you got to take control of that. You can't they got to take the ball from Randall. Don't let him bring it up.
No.
Don't let him bring it up the court.
But you can't be there, you know, just jogging down to look as soon as before, like when the ops was shooter, Obi was already running already halfway down the court. Randall's not doing that. Or if Obi had gotten the rebound, he's looking down court. You know, so you got to be that type of player. Either you running down before the defense is set, or you throwing it down, making moves to push the pace. We need to push the pace. Can anybody in the chat tell me where we were in fast break points or pushing the pace.
We were, I want to say at
Yeah,
least 20 something.
yeah, dead last.
Yeah,
We was
like
almost dead
we're like in
last,
the 20s,
The first
low
the first
20s.
few,
late 20s.
yeah, the first few years with Obi and IQ, we were doing a lot of running. We were doing a lot of running.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't think it was he was excellent in the fast break. It was nobody. He was so elusive. He was already out there and
Oh,
making a lot.
oh,
Obi, we're gonna miss that. We're gonna miss
yeah,
that
yeah,
him
yeah.
being out there and at the. But that's we weren't playing fast like that. We weren't in the.
But yeah, but I'm talking
We were
about
playing a little bit more
Randall.
isolated. These
I,
guys were like, one guy. It was either JB bringing the ball up the court, or if it was RJ was slow, or if it was especially Randall bringing the ball up the court. There was no really rarely did we see fast breaks other than if it was IQ handling the ball and him throwing it down the court for lobs to Obi. That's just not the style of the ball that we played right now. And so that's why Obi was complaining because he wasn't getting the fucking ball if he was wide open. Because there were a lot of times where he was open and he could have made some highlights, but they were either
well,
ignoring him or
oh,
hogging the ball themselves or chucking up fucking empty threes. That's what we were
well,
doing.
what
And
I
that's what
noticed.
that's what that and plus they weren't making plays for him like that. And that's what his part of his frustration was. That part of it was that guys weren't looking for him and that there weren't plays being made for him. On top of the fact that he had to play behind Randall. So he was
Well,
frustrated. He wanted to get the hell out of here. Because he's a New Yorker, he's a homeboy, but we weren't playing him like he would have liked. And part of the reason he did
that's
part of
because
it was because he didn't
two
play
of our
defense
start
like that.
but part of it is because two of our starters, which would either or would have to stay on the court with the second unit, slow down the pace. RJ slows down the pace and Randall slows down the pace. So when you're swapping out players, Tibbs ain't taking out RJ and Randall at the same time and sitting them down. In some occasions, yes, but he wasn't doing that. So both of them were at a slower pace than the rest of the team.
So you think RJ was slowing the pace down?
Yeah, RJ, yeah, he slowed down the game a lot last year.
So, but do you think? I know there was a
He
couple.
he, he, he wasn't running. I mean, he had a lot of assists to make. Sorry, Lord. Sorry, Lord. Oh, I think
Yeah,
God
like
said
that
I
tape
was
was
lying,
telling you,
boy.
dude.
He ain't like that tape, boy. That was a lightning tape right there.
RJ Hive.
Sorry, Lord. RJ, my bad, bro. But yeah, speed it up.
I mean, I hear you, but to me, it was our guards too. IQ would slow down the pace, pound the air out of the ball, and when they were first playing not last year, the year before last, he was finding Obi all the time on fast break. They had the chemistry. He would be lobbing at Obi all the time. And last year, I don't know what it was, but IQ, which made him more efficient as his own scorer to a certain extent, but he slowed down the ball a lot. I thought he would be finding OB and Mitch more, but the fact that they weren't finding him, I think that's where DiVincenzo's strong suit is. He has a good eye for finding players. I think he's gonna be a good playmaker. Him and Josh have a different suit on there, so it's gonna be interesting out there.
Oh, the chemistry, you will notice that right away. There will be no delay in chemistry when it comes to the V boys. You know what I mean?
Now, coach thinks Roby, that's who we picked up last year. I think we gave him $1 million or 500,000. Roby is who was let go by the Spurs, so Roby's could be I think the backup to Julius Randle. He's an experienced player in the NBA. He would play 14 minutes. That's like his dream role, 14 minutes. He would get 7, I think, in San Antonio. So for him,
Who?
I think it's Isaiah Roby. I'm not sure if it's Isaiah, but I know Roby for sure. He's somebody we picked up last year that the Spurs had let go. We got him in the waiver wire basically for nothing. He's a tall power forward. I want to say he's like 6'9". He's up there. He's pretty good. He's pretty. I mean, he's not anybody that's gonna blow your mind out the world, but he's someone that's capable and that he'll fill the spot for Randall when Randall's taking a rest. He's pretty good.
They were saying that Roby was signed in the spring, and then he had one season averaging double digits and shot 44% from three. That year he was drafted and playing 21 minutes a game. Last year he was down, but the Spurs sucked and he only played about 11 minutes. He also
That
was
that
an okay center and a rim protector.
Yeah,
that was the last pickup we had last year. The last person we
Roby,
picked up
this
last.
was the guy that we. That's the guy. This is the guy we picked up from the Spurs, who's gonna back up Randall, the power forward.
it's possible he gets there.
Yeah.
Depending if
He might
they-
be playing. He might be playing tomorrow.
Yeah, he's gonna be. He's playing in the summer. I think they play Monday. I think they gave him Monday for the summer league. It's Monday. We play on the 10th.
His highlights look good, and he could put it on the floor a little, and it seems like that. I'm taking all this with a grain of salt, and if he had more freedom to do that with the Spurs, he'd be all right.
Yeah, I mean, I seen him play, and I think he's capable of doing it. I see Tibbs giving it all a job to Isaiah Hart, Isaiah Hartenstein. He's gonna say, "I know you. I know you can pass the ball. You already got chemistry with everybody. You're playing 27 minutes."
Isaiah, yeah.
It's either him or Sims. I don't know if Arobi gets those minutes. I mean, unless per injury or something like that, I think it's going to be Sims and Hartenstein that are going to gobble up those minutes.
I mean, basically all the minutes, like Raw Hebrew was saying, shout out to Raw Hebrew Remnant. A lot of these minutes are already allocated, so it's gonna be really hard for a lot of these players to get minutes, especially with all the addition that I mean,
If
minor,
stay with what we
minor
have,
addition.
the main players, we got 10 players: JB, Grimes, uh, RJ, Randall, and Mitch. That's our same starting five. Then you got IQ, DiVincenzo, Josh Hart, Hartenstein, and Sims. That's the other five. That's 10
Yeah.
players. That's the rotation right there. He's gonna have to squeeze minutes. He's gonna have to make a 10-man rotation because the guards we got now are actually really good. You know, Deuce is out of it. Evan's gonna be out of it. They're gonna be clapping on the sidelines. They're gonna
Yeah.
be they ain't seeing no minutes unless
Well,
injury.
God willing, we stay healthy.
I mean, it's NBA, man. Somebody's gonna get hurt. Somebody's gonna tweak
Yeah.
something. Well, hopefully nothing big. Little small injuries or nagging injuries or stuff like that. It's gonna happen, and that's where Deuce and if we still keep Evan, he'll be there. Unless now, let's go to the other question where we're talking about in the chat. The last thing that people are throwing out there that it's a possibility we go. OG Anunoby for Toronto. OG has been wanting to leave there. He wants a significant role in Toronto. They've been using him not heavy. He wants to be a heavy user, wants to be important. It's a last year of his contract. So he left Rich Paul. He's now with CAA Mafia. So he's with CAA. That's something to throw out there. And do you need to trade him if this is his last year on the contract? Why? I don't see why we would make a move for him and get rid of talent that we have now when we can get him essentially for nothing.
Well,
It's not for money.
because it will be the Obi and Randall situation all over and a lot of clogging if you bring OG in and not trade RJ and I mean if OG comes over here, I mean this year because between him and RJ, OG for right now for this year and the following year, OG is definitely the better player as of for now, as in future wise and ceiling wise. RJ does have the higher ceiling, but time is of the essence. We got Jalen Brunson. We don't have time to sit around and be patient for Obi and be patient for RJ when We're not in a rebuilding phase. We're already in year 3 or 4, and it's time to go. So we got to make moves. That's gonna. We were. Everybody knows we were 1-2 games away. So we need to secure that ECF bag. So whatever move, which is gonna traject us. I love that we drafted these players. I always got love for Obi, RJ, if whoever goes, bro, like you're always gonna be a Nick, but we gotta do what's right for the front of the jersey.
Yep. So you think if there's a move, you make that move with RJ for
RJ and Fournier.
and that's it. That's the only problem. It's not that we're not willing to make the move. You talking about?
Because but you gotta remember, Toronto is kind of rebuilding. So if you replace RJ for OG, RJ fits in that system and will, that's his hometown.
Yeah, I
That,
think
that like that, who wouldn't
the
want that?
only thing that Masai is gonna give up OG for is gonna be RJ, because
Yeah,
RJ, he's still young, it's his hometown. We
yeah,
got that aspect. He's not probably a better player than OG and OG Anunoby. That's probably why we want OG, because he's a little bit better than RJ. But I think if we throw in Fournier and a couple of picks, maybe a first round pick along with that, it would help get it done to bring him over here. Because look who
Mike.
we forget who we're dealing with. So the only thing that we could the possible chip would be to give up RJ
Well,
and throw in
well,
Fournier and throw in a first or second round pick to get
n-
OG,
n-
and also OG would fit better with Brunson, alongside Brunson and Randall, because of his defense and his shooting. So he would be better a lineup with Brunson if we got him, but we would have to send off RJ, which I would hate
yeah,
to do.
but Mike, you got to remember, Toronto is not like they don't have no choice, but they got rid of Van Fleet. Like they're already making moves already to dismantle that old, that old squad.
I
I mean,
mean,
well,
They
I would hate
have
to
to
send
make.
RJ into a situation like that, but
That's
you
his
are sending him
hometown.
home. We're sending him home, and they
Yeah,
could help. They could build around him, because he's still good enough and young enough for them to build around him.
yeah.
Yeah.
so that being said, they lost Van Fleet. They could have got some for him. They didn't extend him. They lost him essentially like how Dallas lost Brunson. That was a
Shit.
huge fumble. So they
Uh,
lose a top point guard. They could have paid him money. They could have given money
Dude,
and traded him or done
we
something.
we we might even have we might even send them a point guard and send them IQ and RJ.
But why are
Hell
we
no.
helping them? Why
What
see
are
this?
we talking?
Why are we helping
Cold
somebody who does?
take. Cold take.
This guy
You know,
hates
Cold
what he
take.
wants.
RJ's looking to start and be a
Bro,
point guard.
we are not giving up IQ and RJ, bro. It should be an even swap at RJ and OG. It should be even right there. We're doing you the favor, and we're giving you a shooter that's a veteran that could guide the rest or whatever. And bro,
Yeah,
it
so
should
think, so
be
think about this.
an even swap.
We got people, and Keith in the chat says RJ, IQ, Fournier, and at least 2 picks.
El Diablo. Who said that? Huh?
Yeah, Keith. So think about this, guys. Let's
Keith,
think about it. Let's say we want OG, which obviously we do. He fits a bill.
Hey,
They are
try
not
some
in
of
a
that over
position.
here, Keith.
He said past that. Hey, they are not in a position to
Wildin'.
dominate. He's in his last year, just like with Van Fleece. Van Fleece, they could have gave him money. They could have traded. They got anything for him. They got nothing for him. They are
Van Fleet.
Van Fleece. He done fleeced the Houston.
Bro,
Rockets.
he got a bag, bro. He got a bag.
He got
He
big
got super
fleece.
paid.
But even then, they could have got something for him. At least people making fun of us with the Obi trade, but at least we got 2 picks. They got nothing for Van Fleet.
Bro, we was doing him a favor. Toronto wasn't doing Van Fleet a favor. We were doing Obi a favor. So
I
that's
hear you
why
clearly, 'cause none of the
we
analysts-
accepted. That's why we accepted that.
Yeah, I mean, we got something for someone because they're gonna have to sign Obi. They're not gonna let Obi go for nothing. That's why
Oh,
he's
okay.
second. Because this is last year too, so they're gonna have to pay him a bag. They're not gonna give up a whole bunch of stuff for someone that they're gonna have to resign, just like OG. OG's on his last year, like how Obi is. Any team to give up so much for someone, then they're gonna have to pay him mad bread to keep him. It doesn't make sense. There's no need for you to give all that money. You could tell them you got RJ. We'll give you an expiring contract with Evan Fournier, and I'll give you one protected pick. Not even an unprotected. Like, if anyone else gives you more than that, hit me up. Until then, RJ starting at the small. That's it. You don't. I don't have to do this for you.
Yeah, I'm
next,
not.
I can wait till
It-
next at the end of the summer when he's not going to go to you because he wants to come to us anyway. You know how I know? Because his agent
Okay.
is my agent. His agent
Bro,
is my agent. So
Bro,
We're
he,
waiting, dude. We're not gonna make any moves. We're just gonna wait till next summer, dude.
that's
We
what I'm
already
saying.
made our fucking moves.
well, we're
And we're
not.
gonna
We're
relax. I
We
don't see
I
what
could
moves
mean,
we're out there trying to make. All this Paul George, Harden fucking
listen.
moves. Come on.
Listen.
that's hot air. All of that's hot
Well, it's
air.
not so much that it's hot air. You got to give Leon his props because everybody says if he didn't make the call, if he didn't try to make a trade, fired him. He was here to bring the stars. He made the calls. He tried to make a deal. They try to want everything. They say, "Yo, I need the hubcaps.
Bro,
I need the mirrors. I need the
we're
extra."
not falling for the okie doke. We're
That's
not
it.
falling
So
for no okie doke.
he
That's
presented
all
a
it is.
presented a fair offer on all the trades. Yo, here's a trade we're giving you. This player, and a pick. Nah, we want all that, and he wants a max. Nah, bro. Nah. You had me at goodbye. That's it.
Keith said he's as bad as Ainge. I mean, yeah, but like I said, listen, if they want all of that if they're asking for IQ and RJ, Leon is banging. He banging that phone, bro. He's banging that phone. Pause. He's just all they're gonna hear is dial tone, bro, because that's not happening.
Who is giving this bread for OG? What team?
Nobody. Because
That's exactly it. Nobody needs or wants OG like that. They're willing to give you a second, an expiring contract, and that's it. But then they want the Knicks to give 3 first rounders, a young talent for an
hold up,
expiring contract.
did they ask that for OG?
He was wanting RJ, another young talent, possibly IQ, and like 3 first
Well,
rounders.
we talking about last year.
Still, last year, this year, like, yo,
Yeah,
he's
nah,
not
that's-
worth that. He's not worth it. He's good. Look, you're a great defender. You got long wingspan. You can shoot the 3. Great. I'm not giving you 3 first. You got RJ Barrett's more than enough. That's it. You don't want it? I'll see him in free agency.
Hey,
I
look,
happen to know his agent.
look. Listen, it's gonna be RJ Fournier and maybe Keels. I don't know, something. But we are not dumping out assets or making stupid moves.
If they're lucky, look, if you're lucky, I'm giving you RJ. If you're lucky, that's it. I'm willing to give you RJ.
Even swap.
That's it. And I'll give you the expiring deal with Fournier. Merry Christmas.
That's what I said.
My gift to you, even though you screw us over all the time. Take it
Yeah.
and leave, or we get him for free. And if RJ doesn't step up, we trade him to somebody else for something else. Yeah,
Facts.
that's it. We don't got to make no moves. There's no rush for anything. There's no rush for him. If he comes, great. If not, we got a solid 10 players right now. Yes, we're a little
Right.
small, but we're scrappy.
Hey, we're right there from the ECF, so ain't nobody telling me nothing different.
Bro, and the only thing we needed was shooting and a little defense. And guess what we got?
IQ. All we needed was IQ to come in and step up.
Yep, and DiVincenzo frees that up because Randall needed someone to shoot and get the pressure off of him. IQ needed someone else to shoot and get the pressure off of him. I.e. DiVincenzo. Here comes
Well,
DiVincenzo.
I think DiVincenzo's a combination of Grimes and Brunson at the same time with a little more elevation.
Hopefully that's how
he's gonna drive in. And
hopefully
he got
that's
a
how
shot.
we're gonna say his name when when we see him start. DiVincenzo.
DiVincenzo.
And we're in it. We got half of Italy in New York. Forget about it. They better get it right.
Boy, I know
The
there's
blur.
gonna be a lot of Italians.
We got half
It's
of
gonna be
a
all
lot.
right. It's
Yeah,
gonna
all
it's
of
gonna
them
be
will
all
be
right.
at
promoted.
MSG.
You talking about DiVincenzo?
We're gonna talk about DiVincenzo.
DiVincenzo. That's Sicilian. I'm just playing. I don't know.
Listen,
From Sicily? I don't know.
all my Italian Knicks fans, please do not offer this man no calzone.
It's a laughing
None of
matter.
that.
Nothing heavy.
No
Nothing
cannolis.
No
No
cannolis.
cannolis.
Like, keep them on a diet, bro. Like, I don't know what y'all eat that is organic, but
That might be his pregame meal. Look, nothing heavy before the game. After the game, whatever you want to give him, extra mozzarella.
Heavy on the sauce.
nah, relax,
on the
because
sauce.
we don't need them transforming into Zion. Relax.
I doubt that. I doubt that's gonna happen.
Nah, not New York. JB ain't gonna let it happen. Jalen Brunson ain't letting it happen.
Jalen Brunson out there playing FIBA.
Yo, and they all playing with Mikal Bridges.
Salute.
Yo. Come to New York. Force you to say you want to trade. Come to New York. You know they talking. And Josh Hart's there. You talking about Josh Hart, Jalen Brunson, and Mikal Bridges. Be like, yo, we just missing
The hype man.
We just missing you. Just say you want New York. Force a trade. Say you want to go over to the other side. That's it. Hey, there's a RJ. Here's your picks. And Dunzo. And then Dunzo for Chenzo. DiVincenzo. I don't know. I like it. I like the. We're gonna be small, but scrappy. We're gonna be like, so what was it? Wasn't it Scrappy Doo? The small dog like Scooby Doo, little Scrappy. It's Scrappy, right?
Yeah, scrappy.
It's gonna be something interesting, something crazy. I like what we see. I think that's a 10. Everybody in the chat, you guys are thinking, yeah, are we talking Bridges, Ingram out there? So you think Ingram's is available? You think? I mean, I hear you, Coach. So you think Ingram's is really available? I don't think Bridges is either, obviously, and I don't think Brooklyn's giving up on him unless they get some kind of package. I think they're gonna build around him.
Nah, he ain't available. You crazy?
27.
They wouldn't give that guy up. You crazy? Nah.
He's 27. He's not 23. He's not 22. Like, you're gonna build around a 27-year-old player. Like, if you don't already have something established for him now, like Randall's 27. Randall's been in the league a long. Like, he's in his prime right now. Like, he's got 4 years left of really good. You're gonna build around someone that's 27 now. Like, unless you mash it all together, you just happen to get.
Well, I mean, I sort of agree with Keith. You know, he was saying I was kidding about Zion, but like my brother was saying, Keith, right now, Randall and Zion wouldn't be a good fit on the same team. If we were getting rid of Randall, which I don't see Zion playing to the level of Randall and playing 82 games like Randall. Randall is a warrior. He is a real warrior. I'm not saying that Zion can't or will not be that in the future, but for right now,
Hey.
Yeah.
No, I was gonna update the NBA 2K 2024 Summer League scores right now.
Yeah, we ain't
In the
playing now. We don't play till Monday.
No. I'm just saying the games right now are Pelicans are 82, Timberwolves 80 in the fourth quarter, 7:18 left. And then you got Denver Nuggets, Summer League team 45 and 43 Bucks. Third quarter, 9:28 left.
Bunch of busters.
All right. Well, listen, you can save it for your new segment. Watch the ops, but we don't do it. We don't do that here.
We cover all segments.
Knicks Nation.
We cover all sports. We're thorough.
No, we don't.
Educated squad here. You cover
No,
all
no.
the news leads over here.
You
You
could
talking about
exclude
Zion, you
me.
talking about everything else.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Zion
yeah.
plays
I
for
like
the
that.
I'm
Pelicans.
talking about that has a potential of coming to the Knicks. That has nothing to do with the ops. I'm talking about probabilities of people coming here to our team. But
Coach just threw out a possibility right there. So coach is saying, just like how we're saying we want RJ. I mean, we can get Zion because he wants to play with RJ. They're saying that, or coach was saying that
yeah,
we
I
could trade
agree.
RJ for Ingram, but they play together. If he's not happy
Mm,
there, I don't
I
know.
mean,
I don't know if they're gonna do that. Now, if they did,
nah. RJ does not play Ingram's. He does not play Ingram's position.
that's small
And
forward. He plays small forward. They both play the same position. They both
all
play
right.
small forward.
Yeah, but I don't.
Ingram's just taller and lankier.
Yeah, I don't think.
Ingram's just
If Zion forces it, yeah, they
watch
do it.
the ops. I keep laughing.
Watch the ops.
You gotta watch
Yep,
the ops.
that's gonna be Mike's new segment. Watch the ops.
Today's segment, Watch the Ops, is brought to you by Machete. Who do you see out there in the ops, Machete?
Right now, you got
He embraces
Pelicans
it.
are still leading the Timberwolves 84-85. Nuggets are up 5 over the Bucks, 50-45.
All
Thank
right,
That
you.
is all.
and that was a segment of Watch the Ops.
Machete,
Watch your ops.
aka 12.
Sports journalism 101.
Sports journalism on people that we don't care because we gonna go all out. So I think we got our starting five, our substitute tens in the chat. in the chat. So to answer the question, let me see what you guys got. Is it Grimes or DiVincenzo that starts at the 2? And do you think IQ is only playing point guard behind Brunson, or do you think they're gonna be moved around?
Well, let me bring up another factor. We were gonna trade for homeboy,
Donovan with RJ.
and they did not give up Grimes. So
Twice because that PG one too.
because with that, almost 90% guarantee that Grimes is starting. Will DiVincenzo come throughout the year and take that starting because of the chemistry between them three?
Okay, I think we're all in the.
Who knows?
I think the chat
Who knows?
unanimously says Grimes starts. I think he's a starter. You guys think he's a starter? Michelle, do you think he starts, or do you think
Facts.
it's Denzel or
Grimes.
Grimes?
I got Grimes.
All right.
Oh,
So,
I thought you were gonna say Deuce.
and then I think Raw Hebrew was talking as well that there's not many minutes, but if they stay true to the positions, I think there'll be at least about 15 minutes for the bench players. So you're talking about Jalen Brunson. Behind him is IQ. Grimes starts. Behind him is DiVincenzo. RJ starts. Behind him is Josh Hart. Randall starts. Behind him, more than likely, Sims. But Sims ain't going to get a lot of minutes, so Sims is probably going to play the backup 4. Because Thibodeau said that he's played Sims at the 4. He's got some post moves. He's big. He's a bully like how Randall is. So I think Sims will realistically play the behind Randall, and I think Hartenstein plays behind Mitch, and I think that's solid there. And I think if we stay like this, if there's no other moves, if we stay like this, I think this forces Tibbs to minimize the minutes because there's enough talent behind these players, and that there's enough skill set there that he can depend on them. That way, he can reduce some of minus Randall, but he can bring down some of RJ's minutes. He can bring down Grimes. And Grimes definitely needs a lot more touches. Ain't no way. Grimes needs 10 plus touches. Somehow he needs to take 10 touches away from RJ and give them to Grimes, and we win it.
Well, hopefully, Tibbs could also get in his bag and start maneuvering that bag and scramble for a deep reach into his offensive bag and start running some plays that we need to capitalize. A lot of pick and rolls, uh, a lot of fast breaks, and let's see if we can change around that fast break and points.
You know, the only thing that still kills me, it kills me. There's no. We should be the #1 pick and roll
Pick
team.
and roll.
There's
Pick and
no
roll.
reason Mitchell Robinson is not getting 5 lobs a game. It doesn't mind boggle. It just mind boggling. And you got Trey Young that does it 18 times a game to a
That's what
center
I'm
that
saying.
has 0 offense, no dribble, no nothing, and he can set
Well,
it
I
up
mean,
every time.
listen, Tibbs was also the coach when Rose was in control and bringing that to the table. You understand? So it's on Tibbs,
Come
but
on, man.
it's also
Oh
on
my
the
God.
point
Are
guards.
you serious? It's
Listen.
also
It's also no. I'm saying it's also the point guards that have to fucking implement. Come on, bro.
yes.
The
It's on
players
the
have
guard.
to implement that.
It's on the guard, bro. They call it all the time. Yo, Mitch, they literally call him there, but never give him the play. Like he does 28 picks.
That
a game.
all right.
If
Listen,
you give him 3, he's already at 60.
me and you both know that should be option number 1 coming down the court.
No brainer.
Go for it. No brainer. Go to the pick and roll. That don't work out. Now we got shooters. Kick it out.
Keith
We
Cole,
got shooters.
It's only IQ and RJ that ever looked for Mitch. The only time Randall looked for him when Randall is throwing 100-mile-per-hour ball at his knees. He throws the ball way
Yeah,
down.
RJ does look for Mitch a lot.
On a regular basis. He's the only
Facts.
one. He'll get 2 alley-oops to Mitch a game. 2. RJ by himself. IQ will find it after he gets his. I got to get my first 5 shots, though. Once I get my 5, I'll give up some. Those are the only 2 ways. There's no reason.
Our guards.
That's the easiest way to get people off of Jalen Brunson. Yo, use the pick and roll. When they feel that Mitch is a threat, that leaves you open for your jump shot. That leaves you open for that little float that you do. You don't have to have 2 people.
Okay, let me say something. Towards the beginning of the year, when we were going on those win streaks, correct? When we was going on those win streaks, we were averaging what 25 assists or 20 plus or 30 assists, somewhere to that fact. If anybody could look that up in the chat, but we have to play more team reliant ball. Not everybody, oh, your turn, my turn. We got to play with unity and bringing DiVincenzo in, bringing Hart in, and you feel what I'm saying? So hopefully, everything starts playing with a little more unity and a little more team vibe. A little more team vibe
is the #1 thing this year. If you're
Bro.
watching this, guys, move the rock. There's a gajillion guards. We got a gajillion guards.
There's not one player that should hold that ball for more than 2 seconds, bro. We gotta play hot potato ball.
2 dribbles is the most you can do.
We did a lot. We did really good when we were like 25, 26, 27, 8 assists a game.
Yes.
I think that we do have now a better squad that we'll probably share the ball with. Again, I don't want to be the dead horse, and he's not a Nick anymore. But we weren't like that with Obi. But hopefully with DiVincenzo, we're gonna be like that, passing the ball a little bit more. Hopefully giving Mitch some good looks. But he's gonna also have to do his part. And hopefully this summer he works on his offensive game a little bit, and at least
Wait.
improves his speed.
Wait. Who does his part? Mitch?
Yeah.
What else
He needs to start hitting. He needs to start practicing and hitting his free throws first of all.
Okay.
And then hitting his little jumpers that ain't too hard, and not just dunking the ball all the time.
He's
Because
not
we're
gonna.
gonna be using him for pick and roll. He's also gonna have to know how to shoot the ball a little bit and at least
that
make his free throw.
that
So he's
was
gonna have to
granted.
also do his part, not just point guards.
All right, Mike. He did decline a little bit on the free throw, but Mitch is not a horrible free throw shooter.
No,
And
he's
they
not.
gotta
He
start.
was actually a
And they
really
got
good free throw shooter and really good
and
from the
especially
field.
with
But
pressure.
he needs to pick that up again, bro, because he didn't do anything. He didn't do anything special in the playoffs anyway. He really
Who?
didn't, dude.
Mitch.
Mitch didn't.
So he
Mitch
didn't dominate two centers in
in the
two.
Mike,
beginning only with the
Mitch,
Cavs, only during the Cavs. After that,
no,
he wasn't making that much noise.
Mike, what are you talking about? Bro, Mitch is the offensive monster board.
He did. He struggled in Miami. I ain't gonna front. He struggled
He
in Miami.
declined. He did real well with the Cavs and declined when it came to the second round. He just like faded, yo.
All
For
right, so
real.
it looks like Just Knicks agrees with you. Just Knicks says Mitch needs a hook shot, a floater, some post move. Like, you gotta give me some
And
more.
more importantly,
Uh,
fucking needs to
uh,
hit his free throws.
hey,
Just Knicks agrees with you.
is this the first time Just Knicks is in the
Yep.
chat?
Salute Just Knicks. First time in the chat, I believe.
Salute,
What up? Welcome
salute,
aboard.
Just Knicks.
Even in the
Welcome
squad,
home, welcome home.
Steve Watkins, Coach, all the legends out there. We appreciate you. Thank you for joining. Appreciate your feedback. Thank you for joining the chat. So we definitely
Vidax.
interact with all our peoples here. So he agrees with you, Mike, or she. I'm not sure, but I believe it's probably he. Just Nick
Okay.
says that he thinks Mitch should have some kind of move. He's in year 5, or is it 6? He's going to year 6.
Yeah, but okay, yeah, we all agree, but everybody here that I've seen Mitch since he was drafted from the Knicks, we've all seen his summer tapes, like his summer mixtapes. He's out there shooting. If you're not giving him, yeah, he should be the aggressor and take some shots, but you also gotta make him feel like it's okay to take a shot.
Wait, but let's think about it too, because if we're looking at Mitch, there was a couple of games where they went, I want to say like 5 plays straight to Mitch, like 5 straight plays in the post. He got position in the lane. They fed it to him. There's a lot of times he gets position,
Yeah.
and we don't give him the ball. I mean, I can't remember the games.
Hart implements that. When Hart plays, Hart makes Mitch post up and passes it to Mitch in the post. I've seen Hart do that like 5 to 8 times. He's like, yo, post that nigga up and I'm a feed it to you. And I've seen Mitch posting up. You know what I mean? Mitch has gotten into his groove slowly. He's driven in. You know what I mean? So yeah, he does have to improve his offensive bag, but
this might help too. I mean, if we got shooters again, spacing the floor. We got DiVincenzo, Grimes hitting the shot, RJ hitting the shot. That gives the space for when Mitch does when who do you make the move on? That he did the drive, the crossover to the lane, whammo. He got hands, so he can make that move.
Players that clog the paint, bro.
Everybody
Brunson clogs the paint. RJ goes in, clogs the paint. You feel what I'm saying? We don't have no sporadic players that are just gonna, you know what I mean, besides Grime and IQ, which are gonna be a pullback threat. You know what I mean? So once we do get those players to space out the floor and keep the defense at a pace where they're guessing, which will give Mitch the space to go in.
Right, let me ask this question. This is gonna be kind of like a hot topic question. All you guys in the chat, let me know, females, whoever y'all in there. Do you guys think? Here's a question. No one's asked it. Does RJ take the leap this year? Does he take the leap?
Unless
does he take the leap? You guys in the chat, let me know. Does he take the leap? Let me know. He says not could.
Listen.
Does it happen? Does he come in and he says, "I got this"?
Hey, that boy should be leaping right now. He should be training with that cat in Africa with the garbage can and water and rubber bands. And bro, he better be leaping now because OG is right around the corner. There's somebody else. Yeah, we love you. But my guy, if we need starter fluid to get you going every game, and starting of the season takes you 25 games to get into your groove, bro, we love you and all that, but no. We need somebody to not waste Jalen Brunson's time, and we need a third threat. RJ has not been a third threat except for in the playoffs. Hats off to RJ for being that threat in the playoffs. But we need that at a consistent pace. We need the consistency. And, you know, he has played. He has played his game. But
I got you, bro. You dancing. Does he take the leap?
Hey, let me answer that. Let me answer that for Phil. Yo, look, how old is this
I
kid?
don't think.
He's gonna be 24 years old. That means he's still growing.
22.
He's gonna be
Bro,
23 years old. He's going 22 going on 23. That means he's
bro,
still
we
growing.
keep bringing
That
that
dude out
shit
there,
up. We
Just
keep
wait a
let him
minute,
bringing
Phil.
answer.
that
Let him
shit up.
answer. Hold on. Let him answer. Let him answer.
That kid is out there right now in Orlando, Dwight. Look him up. He's in that high school over there somewhere,
Mount Verdi.
in the woods back there in your neighborhood,
Mount
playing,
Verdi.
practicing right now. He's gonna come in. He's gonna come in about 6'8", 200, 230, ready. He's gonna be practicing his free throws because him too. We need to practice his free throws, starting with that. And he's gonna come in, bully motherfucking Broadway Barrett,
Well, I
guaranteed
mean,
money.
Okay.
He's
well,
got another year on his belt. Brunson's got another year on his belt with Rick Robinson, with Mitch. They're gonna go back into boot camp right now when he comes back from FIBA, ready and in condition mode. Everybody be ready because he's gonna be fucking kicking ass because that guy
well,
did not get. I'm talking about Brunson did
No,
not
no.
get his
We're talking about
all-star.
RJ. RJ.
Okay, I'm talking about Brunson did not
No,
get
no.
his
We could.
all-star. He's gonna
no,
come
we're
in
talking
No,
about
fired
no, no,
up,
no, no, no.
which is
We
gonna
talking
no,
about
no,
mean
we're
RJ.
talking
that
about
RJ,
RJ.
wait, because it connects with RJ, because he's gonna be fired up.
You
So
you
RJ's
giving us
gonna
the
be fired
backstory?
up. 6'8", 230, bully ball and Barrett. That's what's
Okay.
gonna happen.
Okay. So all right. So
Well,
we got Machete. We got
He's
Machete.
gonna have a
That's
little
good.
chip on his shoulder. All you guys talking shit.
Okay. Hey, we're gonna rewrite. We're gonna
well,
replay this later in the year.
it's not our fault that he got his bag, right? He got his bag and regressed. That's not what we do here. When you get your bag, you press that pedal and you get better, nigga.
I hear all of
And all
that.
that excuses that he's young and this and that. There's a lot more younger players in this league that are hungrier and going all out every play. So he better start practicing the threes, and he better get a whole gallon of starter fluid in his electrolyte before every fucking game.
So all that to say, is he making the leap?
He better. I don't see it happening. I think we're gonna see the same RJ as the last 3-4 years. Slow start, turtle stepping. Oh, good Lord! Every time I talk about RJ, Lord,
Yeah,
boy, this lightning is not
I'm
playing.
trying to tell you, RJ's making the leap this year.
Listen, RJ is the golden child of the Knicks, like Freezy says on Blanche Spears. Shout out to Blanche Spears. Yeah, he is the golden child, but bro, listen, enough is enough already. We need a third threat. We got two of them. Where's the third one? Where is the third threat? RJ is supposed to be the third threat. Where is it?
All right, so let's go. Let me look at what the chat says, and then we'll come back to my opinion on this. Also,
Ooh, woo.
Gus Nick says he's talking about Mitch. Mitch needs to put the ball down after he rebounds. He keeps the ball too low. Definitely agree. As a big man, you need to keep the ball up high, so that's good. And then Keith Watkins says yes, but as far as RJ, does RJ take a leap? Keith Watkins says yes, but his numbers don't change much. Just his efficiency, which
So
is
how's that elite? How's that? If your numbers don't change much, that's not much.
he's saying his efficiency. If he's efficient, because he's giving you 20 a night, but if he's taking less shots and being more efficient, that leaves more shots for other people.
Well, I mean,
RJ's gonna be averaging 22 to 25 a night.
That's big. That's what 24
That's
points.
what he should. That's what he should be averaging on his third or fourth year.
Now,
He
Keith.
will not
Especially being,
go
bro.
below 18 points. He's
Bro,
gonna give you 18 to 25 points a night.
He was
he's
giving
the
you
number.
20.
He's the number 3 pick in an NBA draft. That is not the standard, bro. Like
What?
at a number 3, bro, you should already be averaging the same shit. John Moran and these. I mean, yeah, they're playing. They're playing them. I mean, we do have Randall at. We did have Randall as the number 1 option. We did have. All right, yes, all right. So I'm gonna go back. And yeah, RJ had a lot of coaches. He had a lot of people before him. But being a Knick, you have to force it, bro.
Yo, Phil, you know what it is? Look,
Any good
RJ is still gonna
any
be
good basketball
RJ.
player
RJ
is gonna cause a problem for the coach to be like, God, I can't sit him down. I
Yo,
can't sit him down.
RJ is gonna be one of the 3 players who handles that ball first. It's gonna be Jalen Brunson, it's gonna be Randall, and it's gonna be RJ. You talking about a kid? You're talking about a guy who's 23 years old and is the 3rd option at least in the East right now with this game.
All
right?
right. Well, let's see.
Give him a little bit of credit. He's still a young guy growing.
No,
He's gonna be better. He's gonna
listen.
be better this year as long as he's healthy and everything. As long as he stays healthy and everything goes well, we're gonna see good things from RJ this year.
Listen. He did do a little bit, not shitty, but you know, he's definitely gonna play. If he plays like he did in the playoffs and starts that way and continues, yes.
So let me read what the chat's saying right now, right quick. Hold on. So the chat's saying, which Keith said, DeRozan, who's took 6 to 7 years as well. He's still young, but this is probably the last year you can wait. So DeRozan took almost 7 years before he became who he was. He's saying
DeRozan has not done anything in Chicago, man.
Who?
Come on.
DeRozan?
What are you talking about?
You said DeRozan?
Didn't he get 6th man of the year or something?
Who you talking about? DeRozan from the Bulls?
Yeah. He said he's saying
he played good last year.
He's saying that he took 6 to 7 years before he became who he is now.
Yeah.
Mid range.
Came what? He was an all-star a couple of times, and what has he done for the Bulls? You talking about giving up RJ for DeRozan? No thanks, though.
No. Mike, you're not listening. What he's saying that it took DeRozan 7 years to get to his peak.
Okay.
This is only RJ's 4th year, so let's be a little more patient with RJ. Yes, I do agree with that.
Yeah,
but
and
RJ,
let me ask you something.
RJ has.
Yo, Phil, didn't RJ of all the guys on our squad in the playoff hold us down a little bit in the playoff?
I just said that.
Did he hold us down? Didn't he hold us down?
I just said that.
He did hold us down in the playoffs.
Yeah,
he did hold us down in the playoffs.
He was the second threat. Yes.
What'd you say?
That he held us down in the playoffs.
Stay with your chest, boy.
Yeah, he held us down. Like I said, if he comes in how he left in the playoffs, if he comes in that way and progresses, and Lord, every time I talk about RJ. So if he progresses, he's definitely gonna traject us to even better win total.
New Knicks, just Knicks agrees with you. He says when you get the bag, you gotta ball out. So
facts.
We agree with you.
And you're gonna regress a little bit. Yo, you know you're making more money, you eating better, you having a little bit more fun. You're enjoying yourself the first year. I think that he may have noticed and also recognized that he was regressing a little bit, and he was upset with himself a little bit. I think that he recognized that. You know, he may be whatever. You know, you got the bag. You know, you spend the summer doing whatever, having a lot of fun, going out, whatever the fuck it is.
Bro, that's the type of shit.
But I think that he also noticed that. I don't think that's gonna happen this year. I think that he's gonna get back in the gym. He's in the gym right now, getting taller and and become a better baller.
Listen, we got rid of. Sorry, Dwight. We got rid of players like Knox that want to play Fortnite
So you saying that
and
RJ with Kevin
Roblox.
Knox?
No, that's what I'm saying. We got rid of fucking these soft, sweet players. We got hungry hoopers. So you
Why you
shouldn't
even
get the
talking about
bag.
this cat, yo?
Because you don't get the bag and you chill out and that's a shit Knox would do. We like, if you a dog, if you in there dogging it, you should dog it even more when you get the bag, bro. I'm trying to tell you, like if God willing, I become successful, I run into a few million. You think that's the time I kick my feet up? No, that's when the work begins.
Yo, man,
But
Barry's
you don't get
Jamaican.
millions.
He's a workhorse. They work 2 and 3 jobs at Jamaican. They're known for their work
Have not.
ethics, dog. I'm
You got
telling you,
So
man. This cat's a worker, man. Yeah, yo, he got the bag. He relaxed. He enjoyed himself a little bit. So what? He's
Wait,
23 years fucking
hold,
old. Let him
hold
enjoy
on.
his money. He's gonna get back on it now. He's gonna get back on
oh
the horse
good
now.
Lord.
Hey, well, hold on, Machete. Keith also says what you were saying a couple of months ago. He said, "Don't forget, RJ was balling before he cut his finger, and after in the Toronto, and then after that, he missed about a month, and then he took a while to get back into it, as you were saying, for quite some time.
Yeah, it took him a little bit. He
Oh
was
my
injured.
God.
He
Let me
was
have a
injured, yo. He was
seat.
sick. Then he came back. Then he cut his
Oh,
busted his broke his finger. Yo,
oh
he saw
my
his finger
God.
break
He caught a
through the
flu
bone
and
on his finger. Just the thought of it. And then he sat for a little while. He sat out a little while. Let his finger heal. And then he came back with a finger brace. Still played and got a little bit better with the single. I told you he still
man,
had that
fuck out of
injury on his
here.
mind, still played through it, still got us into the playoff, still played through the playoff, and was
Hey,
who held us down in the playoffs. You got to
my,
give RJ his credit. It wasn't even like he was like
my,
really
my, my
relaxing
guy,
because he
my
got the
guy.
back. He was injured.
Listen, oh, good Lord. All right, I'm going to stand up since I'm talking about
You
RJ
know,
because God,
Father
God,
don't want you talking about RJ, bro. He
Keep
don't want
talking
you
hey,
shit, you're gonna get struck.
listen, what I'm trying to say is, God damn, well, why is somebody interrupting me now? You made me forget. What happened, bro?
Yo, live, this is live. Take
Anyway,
the time to hit thumbs
anyway,
up, subscribe.
he gotta. I think it's true. He did lacerate his finger. It went all the way down to the bone. It was on his shooting
Yo,
head.
the bone protruded through. He needed stitches, dog. It protruded through his finger, man. It was
Oh,
bad.
just Nick's got a take here. We can't
You're
hear
on
you.
mute. You're on mute, Phil.
We're not talking about boo-boos and little sniffles.
It was a
All right?
laceration. Come on, it was a laceration down to
It's a
his bone, bro.
lacerated fucking finger,
Down to his
Flange.
bone.
Bro, I seen Rajon Rondo hyperextended. He folded his arm
It
in
wasn't
4
cut.
different directions.
It
It's
wasn't
not the
cut.
same thing.
It
You could
wasn't
pop
cut.
a shoulder back on. You can't just pop a finger back on. You need surgery.
Kobe did it.
Who?
Kobe did it.
Yeah, he popped his finger back, but it wasn't a laceration where it's a
But
cut down to the bone.
oh, Lord.
The bone broke through the skin.
Listen, listen. I work with flooring.
Here we
So,
go.
you know, we work with fresh razor blades, and I've done cut myself when I was a rookie. I done cut down to the bone. You know what we do? Yo, get the crazy glue. Yeah, and you keep going. A little crazy glue. If it's
And
that
duct
bad,
tape.
you get a little. If it's that
A little
bad, you get
crazy
a
glue
little.
and duct tape. Well, you know what? They
Listen,
didn't have crazy
But
glue and duct tape at the
did you
scene.
work the same?
but
Did you work the same? Were you working the same at the same speed and
hell yeah,
hey,
crazy glue
you're
works
about to get hit
wonders.
with another lightning? You better.
I'm indoors, nigga. I'm indoors, so I
Hey,
can lie a little.
you
Listen, you throw that crazy glue on, and
yeah, he's in a stroke out. He says don't have a stroke, bro.
listen. I'm just saying, bro. We got dogs, bro. All right, we got dogs. We need dogs. None of that
All that to
soft.
say, I think he takes the leap.
All of that to say he
I
better
think he's
leave.
gonna come back. I think he needs to lose a little weight.
Lord.
That's where he was getting beat on defense. Hopefully, he comes back about 10 pounds lighter. He needs a mid-range shot, some kind of jumper, a go-to move. And he's working with Drew Hanlon for the last 4 years. Drew Hanlon, we're talking to you. You are the
4 years.
trainer of Jason Tatum. You cannot tell me that you cannot teach this guy a go-to move, a jump shot in the free. You can't tell me that, bro.
Hey, let me ask you something. You think Randall is healthy by now? You think that he's probably on his feet by now, or you think that he's still
No,
By
sitting?
October, yes. Not right now. By
no.
October, yes.
He's probably 65 to 70% right now.
Now he's gonna have a couple of months where he's gonna have to go ham and just train and lift weights, and now he got a fade. He got a fade. Maybe this is fade
Does that
Randall.
just mean like that's the only concern I have is that he is sitting, he's not practicing, he's not going hard. Like right
But
about if he
Mike,
wasn't injured, right about now, he'd probably be going really hard, training really hard,
Mike,
and
all
getting in
right,
really good condition, like the condition that
Mike,
he came in last year.
Mike,
I don't think what I'm saying is I don't think that he may be coming in the same condition as he did last year. So
he said it in the podcast. He said every year, ever since he's been signed, it was go, 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 go. Work hard, train on his flaws. He never took a look at the mental aspect of looking at film. So hopefully he's seen the film. He sees that he's slowing down the pace. He's working on his mental aspect. And basketball, he said, I'm looking at the tape and I'm seeing how easy things are. Like basketball is easy if you master the basics. You
I
know
just
what I
hope
mean?
that he has enough time to
bro,
like you said, develop his
basketball is
IQ,
basic.
watch tape, but also then has the time to get physical and apply what he's learned, what he planned, what mentals he's applied, what he's learned, apply it physically. And I hope he just has time to train and get in good condition for the beginning of the. I want him to be 100%, at least close to 100% at the start of training camp.
Listen, Randall, when
We
it
all
comes
need
to
to go in there
training,
healthy 100%.
when it comes to Randall and his physical abilities and his training aspect, I don't question that at all. I know he's gonna come ready. Every year he's came ready, whether not every year he came mentally ready, but hopefully this mental aspect of his game will help him get mentally stronger, which was one of his key weaknesses, was his mental game. So hopefully he could take a look at tape and film and strengthen the weakest part about Randall, which is his mental aspect.
All right, so let me ask you that. Do you think Randall takes us to the next step?
Oh, yeah. What? Oh, we listen, Podcast P said it. I should see a Randall that we've never seen before. That's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting to see mental Randall. If physical Randall was a problem, I want to see mental game Randall, boys. That should solidify his Raptors Randall situation. Bro, if his mental game goes up and sees, damn, like he said, damn, I could have just did that and been in there instead of overthinking it and spinning into bullshit. You feel what I'm saying? He should be the best Randall we've seen thus far.
Okay, so to go back to real quick, and so Randall gets his mental back. So for you guys, with and without RJ, if RJ takes that step, do we keep him, or do you think he shows a skill set? Or if he doesn't, do you think he has? I'll say this: if he takes a step, do we keep him? And if he doesn't or struggles early, do you think he gets traded by the trade deadline?
If he takes that leap, because if you're comparing OG and RJ, they're basically the same player. They're exact same player. OG just has a little bit more offensive game to him, but he can play defense just as well. Like I said, I think OG's like 2 years ahead of Randall. And basketball skill aspect.
You mean RJ?
But I think OG is more more of a basketball player than like 2 years ahead of RJ. You feel what I'm saying? Like in the next year, or maybe this year, maybe he takes that leap where he can surpass OG. You know, like with his 3-point aggressiveness and you know all the way around aspect of the game. But they're basically the same player. But OG
Yeah.
is just more ready right now. But if RJ does take that leap, that play, see, all right, the playoff barrier of this year is basically where OG is. You see what I'm saying? How RJ was playing in the playoffs, that's where OG is, like probably,
Already.
yeah, already. So that's what I'm saying. If RJ comes in playing the way he did in the playoff and elevate more, which is executing more
Which
threes,
which
being more
what we're saying
efficient.
is that he will. It's just that last year he was injured. He was sick. But that's just making excuses. That's
Yeah, that,
I
I
agree
mean,
with Phil. OG is what RJ is in the playoff, and they're about the same
I,
player. I
bro,
wouldn't
I
want to
would,
trade RJ just for that,
I would, if it were up to me. I know OG is more ready, but I would love to keep RJ just because you don't have to start all over with OG and have him learning shit. If RJ can step it up and be that solidified, consistent
Mhm.
third threat with efficiency, we should just stand pat, stay chill.
Yeah.
All right,
Hey,
so
but I got a question for Dwight. I want to talk about the center. I want to ask you about Bam being or looked at by the 76ers. And what do you think about that the 76ers are looking at Mo Bamba?
On the second segment of Watch the Ops,
No, I'm saying because you posted something
Jesus,
on you
what
no
the
you the
oh,
reason no the reason here's the connection because because of what Embiid posted his like with the moves that we're making is what I'm saying.
yeah,
What
because
the connection with that and Mo Bamba being looked at by the 76ers
didn't they already pick him up?
that's where I'm going.
no, you said Bam out of Bayou
Yeah.
and Mo Bamba and Embiid
I'm sorry,
and and
I may be
and
getting the
Low.
names wrong, but
Go ahead.
Bro, all of those are in nowhere of a conversation with the Knicks. On Watch the Ops, yes, they are a topic. They are a topic
Embiid, the
that
fact
has,
that Embiid liked
Part two of
in
Watch
his
the Ops.
tweet
bro,
that
bro,
we
Embiid.
are making nice moves, and the fact that the 76ers are looking at Mo Bamba, there is the connection.
I think they already got him. I think they got Mo Bamba.
Yeah, they already got him, and
Oh, so
I
they did pick him up.
Yeah, yeah.
So what do you think
maybe
about that?
He-
bro,
As a backup center to Embiid, or is Embiid going somewhere? Is what I'm saying. Is what
Bro,
I'm
Mo
asking.
sorry,
Bamba.
Chad. Sorry, Chad. We have segue into Watch the Ops edition.
He's
I
so
don't.
good as to watch the ops. So, all right. So on part two, let me answer the op question. Mo Bamba, I watched him here in Orlando for a long time. Mo Bamba is not it. That's why he was waived. He couldn't even make it in LA. He's a backup to the backup. Mo Bamba is a backup. He's not a Embiid, as you said before, like he's not looking over his shoulder. Like how you said, Mitch, Mitch Hartenstein. Embiid is not looking over his shoulder at Mo Bamba. He's not worried about him at all. He's there to put a
To
pillow on his shoulder.
alleviate, yeah.
But the
Now,
rumor of Harden leaving the 76ers, don't you think that Embiid may want to leave? If Harden
if
is leaving, they may be
Embiid
blowing
can't,
things up. What's going to
Embiid
happen with
can't,
Maxi? Maxi
Embiid,
trade rumors, and maybe them blowing them up. Maybe Embiid looking to go somewhere.
Embiid
I mean,
definitely. Look, Embiid's gonna stay where he's at until they keep forcing his
further
hand.
notice.
Harden's gonna leave. Nobody likes Harden. He doesn't want to play with Harden. Harden disappeared in the playoffs as usual, so that's no surprise to him. He'd probably rather play with Maxi anyway. He does see the moves out there, but he ain't gonna force himself out there. And if he wants to come here, he's not gonna force a trade to where they lose everything that we're getting He'd rather come on that last year and say, I'm out. But Knicks are looking at him. He's got a 2 year. That's why we're looking at the 2 year window. The 2 year window that we're actually looking for the superstar that the Knicks are actually trying to go after. That have been looking
And
at
Embiid and
Giannis and
Antetokounmpo.
Embiid. It's
Yeah,
Giannis and
that's
Embiid. That's the only two players that they're like that's left. That's super elite talent. Those are the two that they're looking at. Everybody else are fillers, and if we can get them, great. If not, whatever. But it's always been
or if not pieces that we can move in strategical moves to get players that we need to balance with the cap, the financial aspect of it. But we are picking up great players. We're elevating their value, which is what you do in preparation for your next big chess move.
If you're looking at all our guards and shooters, it fits for a power forward who can't shoot. Like we'd like Giannis when Giannis was in Milwaukee, they had shooters around them, which is almost Randall's filling that filler now for us until it's a Giannis or it's an Embiid. So the same formula works for us as it would if we had Giannis or if we had Embiid. It's going to work the same way for Mitch, and it's going to work the same way for Randall. You spread the
Right.
floor, dominate the paint. Same program, same game, different players. If you could do it with an elite MVP, Embiid would be ideal. He would be the number one target that you go after. He's MVP. He was a 2-time MVP runner-up. There's no better player that you would go to other than Giannis, who was also an MVP and runner-up MVP.
And that comes to the conclusion of Watch the Ops. We're done.
Good job, guys.
When we come back on Sunday, we'll have segment 3 of Watching the Ops.
Maybe.
Thanks for the question, Machete. That was a great question. Now you know.
Yeah. Do we have anything from the chat that we need to address before we sign off?
Keith Watkins says the Rondo was a horrible comparison at Kobe's Kobe. And he says,
Hey, they're dogs. They're dogs, Keith. They're dogs.
and then Keith says, I finally agree with you today. Randall's mentally strong will be an absolute monster. So he agrees with you there. Other than that, they're just laughing at our Watch the Ops segment, round 2. So thank you, Machete, for watching the Ops. You're giving us great content in both aspects for multiple NBA spaces. So you like, and yes, Mo Bamba. So centers would be Embiid if you're looking at Embiid. I say RJ takes the leap. I think they're gonna hold off. They're throwing him in trades. I think that's got to put some fuel in him. He's got to be hearing this. He's not in Team Canada. Normally he'd be playing against Canada for Canada and doing all this. You haven't seen one Instagram drop. You haven't seen it live. You haven't. So he's out there. He knows.
He's with that African homie.
Hey,
Telling you, he went to Africa to train with water bucket boys.
hey, he need to do something different. And if he doesn't take the next step, Drew Hanlon, it's on you, my guy. Come on. You can't give Jason Tatum all this elite skill and then you leave RJ for leftover. Come on, my guy. Come on,
I don't know who his trainer is, but
Drew, come on, Drew. Don't make us call you out. I'm gonna have you on the next. If I don't see him balling, we're gonna call you up, and you gotta come on the podcast. We're gonna spam you till you get on the podcast. We need answers.
Word.
I'm looking to
If
celebrate you, not debate you.
All right. Unless you call me, as your training partner, and I help you get the rest of the guys over the hump, I'll just be there.
That's a side hustle. He trains NBA players on the side. But I think that's all we got for today. Anything you guys got in the chat? Que lo que mi gente? Yeah. Oh, we got Sports Fan Pronto. We got another one in the chat. Mi gente, que lo que?
Salud, que lo que?
All right, so look, I'm going to say, me quedo 10 minutos más por ti, Sports Fan Pronto. 10 minutos más lo quedamos, ¿viste? Dale. Ponme algo ahí.
We got the extendo.
Put something in the comment. Let us know. Hey, wherever you're, everybody in the chat, put your flag where you from.
No. I also put where you're located at right now. Where are you
City
listening
and your
from?
flag. Let's go. We ain't gonna tune off until we get everybody what city you at where you from, and
Hit
it's
the like buttons, my brothers and sisters.
like and subscribe. But
Facts.
let us know where you from. ¿De dónde son? ¿De dónde son? Where you from? Pon tu bandera. ¿En qué ciudad tú estás? Dale. Ahí, ponla ahí. Dime, ¿tú eres dominicano? Oh, we might have another Domi in the building. Pon la bandera. Put your flag and what city you from. Let us know. Uh-oh. Keith, Jersey. Jersey. Year. Where are you from? North Bergen, Jersey City. Okay. But he's from Jersey, but he lives in Atlanta. ATL. We're in Atlanta. All right. Let's go. All right. Yo, mad love to everybody in the chat. Sports fan pronto. ¿Qué lo que? Dominicano. Tato. Hey. Tato, we got DR in the building.
What's up, my people? Hit them like, hit that like and subscribe.
Down like, share, subscribe. Newark in the building.
Yeah.
Conyers, all right, in Conyers ATL, all right. Beautiful place out there.
Yo, shouts out to my people in La 110.
That's right. Yo, we appreciate you guys. Gracias por estar con nosotros hoy. Thank you for being with us today. We appreciate you guys.
Hey,
Fridays
one
at
more
5
thing.
p.m., Sunday at 5 p.m. What you got to say, Machete?
One more thing. The game tomorrow is at 5 o'clock against the
tomorrow.
76ers.
It's on the 10th, my guy. That's Monday. Hey, on Sunday, hey, I can't do, as a matter of fact, I can't do the Sunday. It's the wife's birthday. So I'm not going to be here till Domingos. Tú sabes, si tú estás casado, if you married, you know how it is. I don't know if I'll be able to do the live. You know what I mean? I appreciate you. Thank you, Keith. Appreciate you guys. We might not do it Friday unless you guys want to join, jump on the live and set up. We might give it till next week. Next Friday we'll be on for sure. Friday at 5 p.m. Appreciate you guys. Gracias por estar con nosotros. Hit the like, subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. All right? Screenshot. Tell them how crazy we are. How we even look out for the ops. Y'all muted. I can't hear neither one of you.
So
Primeramente Dios. God bless, folks.
yeah, yo, shout out to everybody on the 110th we grew up with. Shout out to everybody in East Elmhurst, the Hearst. Shout out to everybody, you know what I mean? Childhood family. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to the Knicks family everywhere, global, worldwide. You know what I mean? And we appreciate y'all. We appreciate y'all for rocking with us. You heard?
Yeah, we salute y'all. We appreciate y'all. Knicks Nation, we all over the place. We in every city, every borough, every country. El Caribeño, we Caribbean. We out there, all over worldwide. We appreciate y'all. Salute Knicks Nation. Until the next time, next Friday.
Yo, God bless, cousins. Yo, take care, buddies.
I appreciate you guys. Salute, family.
Bless. Yeah.
We out of here.